Man, I have never seen an operating system get as much flack as Windows 11. Even Windows 8, when it came out, it seems like people weren't happy with it. They thought it was ugly. They thought it was difficult to use. But I don't remember the loathing for Windows 8 that I'm seeing now with Windows 11. I don't know. Maybe I was blissfully unaware of it because I was still using 7 as long as I could until 10 came out. But yeah, it's kind of crazy to see people's reaction, the general public's reaction to Windows 11, how much they don't like it. So many videos out there. I mean, we've been talking a lot about it because the latest update broke a bunch of computers. It broke my laptop. It did, because it effed with the NVIDIA driver. I couldn't even get the thing to boot. It just went to a black screen. And I'm like, that's fantastic. Just when I was giving you a pass, Microsoft has said, you know what? The shit is usable. If you take the AI off of it, if you take Copilot off of it, it's actually not the worst thing ever. And then you make a liar out of me and you brick my laptop. So I wiped it, put Mint on that laptop too, Linux. And a lot of people are doing this. I know it's scary. Now, I will say that I do have to have a couple of Windows machines because Linux, again, doesn't do everything I want to do in some of the applications I use, especially creative applications or specialized applications. They don't run as well with the compatibility layer as I was hoping for. So I still have to get by with a couple of Windows machines, but for the most part, just everyday computer use. I'm definitely on Team Linux at this point. And I think more and more people will be, but it is scary because it's not, right out of the box. Everybody's used to just turn that computer on and there's that Windows logo asking for all your personal information so they can sell shit to you. But this is a whole nother level. I had to cover this because I just thought it was funny. Everybody's been watching these Windows 11 hate videos. It's so weird. I mean, it is like, I didn't think you guys would be that interested in it, but everybody hates this thing. This, though, is magnificent. This post on 4chan that has been posted on X by, let's see, in silico. There you go. So we're going to take a look at this and then see where we're at with Windows 11 today. So before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. If you want more Clownfish TV, if that is a thing you want, or you want to support us, go out to more.clownfishtv.com. We do not have super chats on this channel anymore. I turned them off. I don't trust YouTube. And I've seen some examples of people doing chargebacks and all kinds of crazy stuff that actually is destroying people's channels. So I'm like, you know what? We don't do a lot of live streams anyway. We don't need super chats. We'll just turn them off. If you'd like to support us, go out to more.clownfishtv.com. So this is great. This is coming from In Silico, an anonymous poster. I feel like I need a drink reading this. Here we go. This was actually a couple months ago. That was before they released that horrible update that destroyed people's computers, right? Like some computers, you can't even turn them off. You can't use Outlook at all. They're adding Copilot to like MS Paint. It's insane. All right, here we go, guys. Here we go. This operating system is the biggest piece of shit I've ever come across in my fucking life. It can't even be classified as an operating system. Windows 11 is a fucking website made with React by the Antichrist himself, whose sole purpose is to consume 2 terabytes of RAM just by opening Notepad. How could you screw up so badly as to ruin Notepad, to ruin Paint? How the hell did Micropenis manage to add a battle pass to Solitaire, you motherfucking pieces of shit? I told you, this is poetry, man. This is amazing. This needs to be in the manual, in the README. Read this before you install Windows 11. How can a rational, moral human being with brain cells defend this mutant technological abortion 30% programmed with AI? My ass, not even an AI agent will be capable of screwing up so badly as to create this Android ripoff. This is the result of a bunch of bad decisions made by people whose brains, unfortunately, were unable to develop fully, whose balls got stuck in their abdomen during birth, and who don't shit themselves by some miracle of God. I bet my vital organs that these morons aren't aware of how shitty this operating system is because everyone at Microsoft uses Mac OS. That's probably true. That's probably true. Wouldn't it be freaking hilarious if you went into Microsoft and everybody's running a Mac, everybody's running Linux? Oh my God. We won't even eat our own cooking. That would be hilarious. Anyway, this is beautiful. This is beautiful, anonymous poster. I love this. I thought operating systems were programmed by programmers, not the fucking marketing department. To those subnormals, I propose a brilliant marketing campaign. Rename this mistake to Windows 9/11. This fucking shitty operating system forces me to use Linux Mint because I'm not a pedo. Yes. Sorry. At least with that, I don't have to drop everything I'm doing and restart the computer for every fucking update. How the hell do you manage to release an update every fucking day? What's being updated? Your chromosomes? One day I'm going to really lose it. And when that day comes, I'll create a Microsoft account, and I swear to God that every time I take a shit, I'll take a picture of it and upload it to my OneDrive just to fill my OneDrive with high quality photos of my feces. This OS made me an atheist because I refuse to believe that hell exists. I refuse to believe that there is anything worse than having to use Windows 11. Thank you. That is mag-fucking-nificent. I got to see the comments here. This is on the original post. I got this weird bug since Windows 11. Sometimes when Google Chrome tabs are, oh yeah, because you're using Windows 11. Why are you using Chrome instead of Brave? Yeah, that's like the double whammy. We're gonna use Google and Microsoft together. How are things getting worse and worse? I don't know. Not related to it being an Indian company now, though, implying that it's very bigoted. Yeah, there's a lot of discussion about that. I am not going to discuss that here, but people are wondering if there are qualified persons really working at these companies anymore. Anyway, how are they getting worse and worse? My folder's so simple. Oh, there we go. Don't change the subject, bigot. Let's see here. This one, breaking news. Parrot lords to say, let's add AI to it. Gets promoted to senior product director at Microsoft. Great. 5 days after I upgraded to Windows 11. Make Paint great again. The hell am I looking? I don't even. What the hell am I looking at? I'm pretty sure this is a King Crimson album cover or some shit. I don't know. Anyway, I thought that was great. I thought it was hilarious. I just had to share it with you because lots of people are internally screaming. Now, this was a couple days ago. This is coming from The Verge. I spent a year on Linux and forgot to miss Windows. Yeah, 1 year on Linux, 2 distros, a few tiers, 4 desktop environments, and 0 regrets about leaving Windows. I'm telling you, for most things, Linux is it, man. Like, it feels like what an operating system is supposed to be like. And it's amazing, the machines that I've installed Linux on, how well they run now. Like I'm baffled. I'm baffled at how badly they can screw things up because it really choked these machines. I had machines that were 5 years old that had, for the time they had really good specs. And ever since I, upgraded to Windows 11, it was just like, what the hell happened to these machines? You put Linux on them, and it's like, yeah, man, they run better than they've ever run. I thought maybe my GPU was going bad or something. No, it was Windows. That's it. It's like I'm sitting here thinking, like, I think I switched the GPU out on one of my machines thinking the GPU was bad. And I'm like, it's probably just Windows. I should actually take that GPU, put it back in one of the rigs and run it on Linux and see what's going on. I'm thinking Windows just totally effed up my machines. So they talked about how they've been out for a year. This person said, my decision to try out Linux was driven by a growing dislike for modern Windows more than anything else. However, I've come to appreciate Linux as more than just an escape from Windows. Linux hasn't been as intimidating as it's often made out to be. No, especially Mint. Mint is basically Windows from 10 years ago, but prettier and easier to use, I guess, if that makes sense. You like Windows XP? Yeah, you'll like Mint. It's pretty good. And I found a lot to love about it, despite and sometimes because of its challenges. They said there are some hard-earned lessons, though. Yeah. It is harder in some ways, but again, Mint is probably the best entry point. They said Linux isn't especially complicated on a daily basis, but you have to be willing to solve your own problems. That is actually true, but there are plenty of forums out there. People will help you out. We don't really have. I think Mint's probably the Lint. That's the shit that's Microsoft. That's Microsoft Lint. No, I think Linux Mint is probably the closest Windows-like out there, but we don't really have a version for grandma that you just plug it in, turn it on, let it go. I think Mint is the closest thing to that, but it is still going. There are a few things that are going to throw casuals, I think, but if you're even somewhat tech savvy, I think you can figure it out. Yeah, it's a beautiful system. I mean, look at this. Look at these desktops. Look at these desktops, guys. This isn't what you would think. Linux. Look at this. This is what Microsoft should be now. Some beautiful stuff. So there you go, guys. I just thought that was funny. I had to share it because we're shitting on Windows this week, and you guys are really enjoying it. So I had to do a video about that post because it was epic. Epic. He's going a shirt or something. I'm gonna wrap it up. Please subscribe. We'll talk later.